start sharing. Okay, so we've got a few updates. And give me just a second, I'm having Teams troubles. There we go. All right, it says infrastructure roundtable, but I'll just edit as I talk to make this more appropriate for the Arkansas Broadband Leaders Network rather than the infrastructure roundtable. So updates, we'll discuss initial proposal volume 2, some high level info about the challenge process, talk a little bit about the Digital Skills and Opportunity Grant, the BEAD Digital Opportunity Conference, the applicant primer, we won't discuss that here. And portal development, we won't be discussing today. That's sort of just for ISPs. And then we'll open it up for updates from Michael Baker International. So unfortunately, we received a 4th round of curing from NTIA. We expected to receive approval instead. They came back with one more question. Our initial proposal, when it comes to awarding BEAD funds to ISPs for infrastructure projects, we want to offer a buy it now option. If your bid is so clearly higher in points than another like bid, we had a buy it now option. We could go ahead and just award it during the first round. They want us to be a little more specific about what that point threshold is going to be. So we're coming up with that specific exact point threshold. We'll insert that into our volume 2, send it back to NTIA, and hopefully get approval. We were really hoping to be one of the first 10 states that received approval for our initial proposal, volume 2. I'm afraid this is going to probably knock us out of the running of being one of the first 10 states for approval, because I think 7 states have already been approved. So that was just an internal goal we set for ourselves. There's no special award for being in the top 10. We just like to excel in everything we do. All right, the challenge process. Now, for the ABLN, the challenge process is really over for most of you. You submitted challenges, and I want to brag on Arkansas for a minute. Almost 50% of all of the challenges submitted in Arkansas were submitted by local governments and nonprofits. We are very proud of that. I haven't been able to get information from other states that have finished that phase of their challenge process, but I'm willing to bet we're probably number 1 in the country when it comes to the percentage of challenges submitted by our local government partners and by our nonprofit partners. This never was intended to be just an ISP activity, and y'all really stepped up and looked out for your citizens, your residents, your stakeholders, and the numbers show. I think about 24% were from local governments, about 20% from ISPs. 20% from nonprofits, and the rest from ISPs. So, really happy with those numbers. There was a glitch that really doesn't affect you too much, but we want to go ahead and announce it. When we switched over from challenge period to the rebuttal period, the system was supposed to automatically calculate any challenges that turned into area challenges. Now, if you remember, if there were at least 6 challenges within one census block group against the same ISP, then all of that ISP's locations in that census block group then become challenged. It's called an area challenge. The system, you didn't have to count them. We didn't have to count them. The system counted them, but they were supposed to be visible on the day that we switched over from the challenge period to the rebuttal period. They those area challenges did not show up for almost 72 hours. just a glitch. But what that did, it added 57 area challenges covering more than 20,000 locations that had been challenged. So we're really happy with those results. But the fact that that data was delayed for 3 days means, out of fairness, we are going to add at least 3 additional days to the rebuttal period. Um, most of y'all here today are not going to be doing rebuttals. You did the challenges, but we'll be sending. Well, Glenn will be sending out an official communication announcing the new closing date for rebuttal period. But it was scheduled to be May 21st. It'll be extended to June 3rd or so. So again, we had 57 area challenges, added 20,000 locations that had been challenged. Brought us to a total of 96,000 locations challenged to Arkansas's map. The Digital Skills and Opportunity Plan, I've missed, I think, the last ABLN meeting. So I don't know what all Glenn has discussed on this. But for Digital Skills and Opportunity, we're getting a little less money than we were hoping for. Getting 17 million, going to be spread out over 3 funding rounds over 3 years. The first year, a little over 10 million, and then year 2 and 3, about $3.5 million each. Now, what I'm showing here on my screen is just for display purposes. We are not distributing those funds at the county level. I just wanted to show you, if you take $17 million and divide it by 75 counties, that's only $226,000 per county. Now, we're not going to distribute this by county. We're going to distribute it as needed to covered populations. But because of the limited funds, we are having to make some tough choices, unfortunately. We are having strategy sessions right now, taking our digital skills and opportunity plan that we ran public comments on in January and was approved earlier this year. And we're having to make some tough decisions on which of the goals and strategies that we outlined in that plan, which ones we're actually going to be able to fund and which ones we are not. And we have to have a high level outline of those decisions we make as part of our grant application that is due at the end of this month. Our priorities when it comes to digital skills and opportunity. First, digital safety for kids. Now, we've got some BEAD money that we're going to be able to use for that, but that is a top priority. Another top priority is digital skills training for those 270,000 Arkansans of working age. That's Arkansans aged 18 to 64 who do not possess basic digital skills. It is a top priority for us to make training available to them where they are, where they need that training to be. We want to see device distribution to those who complete digital skills training but cannot afford a device. We continue to look at all of the goals and strategies that we outlined in that digital skills and opportunity plan. Unfortunately, we're going to have to make some strategic decisions on how best to spend those funds. So we will keep you posted on that during every ABLN meeting and one-on-one meetings as you request them. Next up, we're having a conference, the Arkansas BEAD Digital Opportunity Conference, June 25th at Oaklawn Resort. A one-day conference. Anybody's invited to attend. There's no registration fee. In the morning, we are going to be talking directly about infrastructure projects with BEAD funds. Those are, building those last mile projects to the remaining unserved homes. In the afternoon, we're going to be talking about how to use BEAD funds for non-deployment projects. If we reach 100% of the remaining unserved homes, with our $1 billion, any funds left over that billion that does not need to go to infrastructure projects, we can use for non-deployment projects. Read more about non-deployment projects in our initial proposal, volume 2. It's pretty wide open. We're looking for projects that include business development, agriculture, education, and healthcare uses. So, you can fit a lot into those 4 categories. So we'll be talking about that in depth at this conference, and we hope you can register and attend. It's free, but you do need to register because we're going to feed you, and we got to count the number of folks who are going to show up and eat. So you'll be given the opportunity to register for just the morning, just the afternoon. Lunch, either or, both of those, or you can just register for the whole shebang with one click. So the website is arkansasbeadconference.com. And whoops, give me just a second. I was going to show off the website. Here it is. arkansasbeadconference.com. And now we've had some reports from some folks that when they tried to go to this website, if they were at their place of work, it was blocked. Probably won't happen to you if you're trying to get here from home or a public network, but some places of business are blocking this website. We're looking into that. This is just a commercial website that we paid for out of pocket. We might need to add a security certificate to it. We're looking at that. So if you are at work and trying to get to arkansasbeadconference.com and your place of work says it's blocked, well, just give us a little bit. We're still working on it. But yeah, you can go here. It is live. You can register, and we hope you will register. All right, the applicant primer, I discussed this at length this morning. This is an ISP-focused issue. The grantor portal development is really not apt for this meeting. I don't know if Michael Baker is here with us this morning or not, but if you are, now would be a good time to give an update. A minute. Okay, I guess Michael Baker's not here. So with that, I'm going to open it up for questions. All right, we are a quiet bunch. Again, I apologize. You're stuck with me this morning instead of Glenn. He's way better at this than me. So, hey, Hunter, I'll do my best. What's up?
And you may have touched on this earlier, and I may have missed it. Is there a sense of timeline in terms of the digital skills or some of those pieces? Is there any update? Are there any updates there?
Yes. So we have to submit our grant application, for the first 10 million, by May 28th. And so with that application, we have to have made those tough decisions I was talking about which goals, which strategies we're going to fund.
You said that. I'm sorry. Yeah. You did outline that.
And then we will have 9 months from that date, I believe, 9 months to conduct search for vendors and partners, whether that's a competitive RFP or a memorandum of understanding with our partners. So we have half a month now to submit the application, and then 9 months after that to find our partners, sign the contracts, sign the agreements, and then start executing.
Okay, thank you.
SSL certificate on the website. I figured it was something like that, Danny. Thank you. And I've asked our folks to go back to that web host, and purchase what they need. There is one there. There's nothing to do. Okay. All right. Thanks, Danny. All right.
And Lane, I was able to access the broadband site, the web conference from here at UADA, so I was
Okay.
able to access it without a problem.
Yeah. I I've only heard two outfits that folks weren't able to do it at work because of a certificate issue, but we're working on that. All right. Well, with that, I go ahead and sign off. I'll stick around for a few moments in case anybody comes up with last minute questions. But other than that, I hope everybody has a great weekend.